Hi there, it's Sue at Miller's Laboratory. Thanks for joining me again today. I'm happy that you're here. Today I'm continuing with this Shabby Chic journal series where I show you how I put the whole thing together. And today I've got the 5 signatures all prepared and I'm going to be stitching them into the book. So I have gone ahead and trimmed all these pages to the size I want, put them in the order that I want. And now I need to match them to this cover, this pre-existing cover, which I'm reusing from an old book. So the holes are already punched there in the spine, and I need to make a template so that I can make corresponding holes in the signatures. So what I've done is taken just a time card and folded it in half, and I've cut it to the height of my end papers, and then I just laid it down there and I marked where the 3 holes need to be. So you can see me there just remarking one. It's off just a little bit. My signatures are not stitched in perfectly. Sometimes the spacing is a little off, but that's what makes it special, at least in my mind. So let me grab my bookbinding kit and we'll get started. So I've got my little tub with all my waxed threads in it, my needles, my little clamps, and my book awl. And what I'm going to do here is just poke those holes right on that fold, right where I made the mark, like that. All right, so there's that. That one's a little off, but that's okay. There's room for you know, a little bit of error when you're stitching. So I'm going to set those out, and the glue doesn't belong in there. Grab a needle here, and then I was looking at threads. I thought I could really go crazy and use this bubblegum pink, but I think that's a little bit too much for me. So I could just use white, but I think I'm going to be bold and use this pinkish red color. So that's my plan. So I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of this box aside. And I'm going to bring in my book cradle. I have a woodworking husband, so I am very fortunate. He made me this book cradle, and if you don't know what these are, you just can set your signature in there and poke the holes right through, and it works really good. If you don't have one, you don't have to have one. You know, I mean, you can just take your signature and open it up, and you could place your template right inside there, and then you could just kind of go ahead and poke your holes. But the book cradle makes it nice and stable and gives you a place to poke right on through. So that's why I like it. And I'm just going to double check one more time because I want to make sure that this is the orientation that worked when I lined it up with the holes, and that looks good. Okay, so we're going to do with the blue side up but upside down. And I'm just centering that on my signature. I've already gone through and kind of arranged the papers to the height that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and poke my holes right where the holes are, right on through all the layers of paper. And that's that. And now I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of clips on there. And I'm not, because this paper in the middle is so tiny, it's not going to get caught in there, but that's okay. We'll get the most of it. Pushing kind of down and making sure that's really compacted there, and then clipping it off. Okay, all right. Okay, now we can go ahead and take this out. Just make sure that's clamped again. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to move the book cradle aside. Just gonna set that there, and we're gonna pull a piece of the string. And
to be safe, if you go about 3 widths of your, like the height of the paper times 3, you will have plenty of string to stitch and to tie it off, and to even have a little bit of dangly thread if you like to add little charms and stuff to the dangles. All right, okay, so I'm going to just carefully poke my hole right through there, and now I know that this is lined up right. Even though that little page isn't clamped, everything is good. And we'll grab our cover, and this is our last signature. I flipped that over, and so we're going to be stitching that right in here. I'm just going to go through this hole, leave a little bit of tail there, and then we're going to come back through this way, and right through the holes of the signature. Boop. There we go. Okay, pull that a little more. Okay, then we're going to come down to the bottom and go back out through this hole here and through this hole here in the book. Okay, doing good. Okay, and then we'll come back through the center, and I just want to make sure that I'm not splitting anything, including the fabric of the that's on the spine there. So I'm carefully going in there. This is where we always cross our fingers a little bit to make sure everything comes through, but that went really smoothly. Okay, all right, so I have this really long tail, and I just give this a tug, and I just kind of check to make sure that it's taut. You don't want to pull so hard that you tear your pages, but we want this to be, give it a little snap. All right, and I'm not going to have dangling threads, so I'm not going to try to even up those ends. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tie a square knot, nice and snug, and we'll cut that off. Okay, and there we go, and one signature is in. It's always kind of magical when you start building the book, I think. All right, let's go ahead and do another one together. Set this aside for a moment. Grab the book cradle. We'll set this in here and make sure it's right side up. Pushing it right down in the middle there, good. Okay, we want the blue side up, but upside down is how that lined up good. And then I'm just centering that this way. Okay, right through the holes again. 1, 2, 3, and let's clamp it. And I'm just going to let it sit in there for a second while I thread my needle. And just, let's go this way, because then we can get more layers. Okay. 1, 2, I go a little short of 3 because I know I'm gonna trim it off. Okay. Threading our needle again. Everything is going so smoothly here. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. All right, we're gonna just take the template out, and I'm gonna poke right down through that middle hole and pull it out. And there's my signature ready to go in the book. Grab our cover here. We're gonna just do the same thing. We're gonna go down through this middle hole. Give ourselves a little bit of tail here. In through here. It's about here, I think. It's kind of hard to see on this fabric a little bit. There we go. Sorry, I'm pulling toward myself again. Can't help it. Okay. Down through here. Come on, baby. And then, can you see there through that hole there? Okay. Here we are. And back through this one again. And this is where I always have to fish around just a little bit to get it back through the hole. And we want to be with our tails on either side of that long cross transverse piece there. So there we go. Nice tug. Good. And tie it. Good. Good, good, good. All right. How's it looking on the outside? Oh, I like the red. I think that looks cool. I do like it. We're gonna just, when we're all done, we'll rearrange the little nubbies a little bit so they look nice and straight. Yeah, I think that's cute. Okay. Needle down. This is a little bit short. Oh, now you can see there. Okay, let me come up a little closer. So what I did here is I split that thread, and you can tell because those will not separate. So what I need to do is get that out of there, and I just use the needle, and I come in and I pull it. So now they're separate, and we don't have any issues. And we'll just tuck this one underneath here and do the same stuff we've been doing. And then let's just take a look at what we got here. All right, there's our book. Look at all that space in there. Nice, we can put a lot of goodies in there. All right, so let's just look really quick. And I like that paper next to that end paper. I think that looks really pretty. So I'm not gonna flip through the whole thing, but I do like to kind of look through quick and make sure I didn't miss any papers. Every once in a while I'll put one in wrong and then it doesn't get stitched. So just a quick little flip here to make sure everything's looking good. Oh, I love this book. It's so pretty and feminine. And it's going to be fun to add the rest of the touches. Okay, yeah, that's looking good. All right, super. Okay, all right. So in the next episode, I will be adding pockets and other touches. I did want to show you, I pulled a basket of fabrics and trims. Obviously, we're not going to use all of these, but lots of yummy vintage fabrics in here, and some lace, some old embroidery pieces, and this is some vintage French lace. So, oh, some really pretty eyelet here. So we're just going to have so much fun putting all this pretty stuff in. And voila! I'm back. I'm only going to do about 10 minutes here, but I'm just going to show you a few of the finishing touches that I'm going to be putting in this book. I have a lot to do and I have a lot of things to make yet, but once I'm all done, I'll do a final flip through when I'm ready to list the book in my Etsy shop. So we'll leave some surprises, but I'll just show you a little bit of what I'm doing today. I've got a whole stack here again of little things that I want to put in pockets or use as embellishments. I need to do a lot more of those. And so I'll just show you a few things, okay? So we'll start here. So this page is going to be a top tuck. And if you've made a top tuck before, you know, you could just glue this down here and then it's a pocket. But a lot of times those are really loose and stuff falls out. So I'd like to make it feel a little tighter, and I thought adding a little bit of fabric in there would do that. So I have cut this piece from a scalloped, I think it was a dress or scarf or something. And what I'm going to do is put fabric tack on it and glue it to the top inside of this little flap here. We're going to try to do that anyway. And hopefully I can do that neatly and without too much trouble. So fabric tack is really good for gluing fabric. It doesn't soak into the fabric so much. And, oh no, we're stuck. We're jammed. Give it a good squeeze here. Here it comes. I haven't used this in a little while, so it's protesting. There we go. I'm so sorry, guys. Real life in the laboratory here. Okay. I'm just going to set this down here because I think I can do a better job. It's still kind of globby and thick. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I'm just putting the glue up along the upper edge for now. And we'll be able to get in there and put more in if we need to, which I think we probably will, but I want to slide this in so it goes right up into this corner here. Sorry, I just have a little fabric tack on my fingers there. Okay. All right, so let's just give it a little nudge. Like that. Get right up in there all the way. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, now I'm just going to do the same thing along the edge of this, and then I'll get that glued down in the corner. The reason that's coming up is on the other half of this page, I'm going to do something a little different. So I didn't keep that folded all the way across. I actually cut it, and so it's coming out there, which is actually making this a lot easier for me, so I'm not complaining. Let's see here. If my glue would come out better, it would make me happy, but okay. So put it in there. Okay. Down. Okay, and then I'm just going to get some glue right in here and glue it good on this edge. We want this to be pretty tight. because you're going to be shoving stuff up in there and you want it to stay and not just fall right out. So okay. Isn't that pretty? I think that looks cool. So if I was going to put this postcard in there, let's say, just shove right up in there like that. I think that's cute. I'd probably put something a little longer in there, but I think that's going to stay in there pretty well. All right. All right. Okay. I've added a couple little things in that pocket. You'll see those when I do the flip through. Here I thought I'd add one of my little girls in the corner here. So we're going to go back to our art glitter glue here. I have quite a collection of these confirmation photos. In fact, I was just on eBay and I ordered some more. It's sort of an obsession. I have a lot. Someday maybe I'll make them into a digital kit if I ever get good enough to do that kind of thing. I skipped this. Okay. All right. So I have this piece here and I was going to add this as a flip. It's like a wallpaper print. Actually, it probably goes that way with the roses. And it had the scallop on it and I thought, well, that's pretty. So let's put that in there. Just gonna trim the bottom off here and measure to the height here. It's got to be about here. I just use my fingernail to make little marks and then I fold it and cut it. Works pretty well for me. Or I could just tear it too. Let's just tear it. Nope, let's not. It doesn't want to cooperate with that. Okay. I'll just be gluing that right on like that. So I'm going to put the glue along here first. Sorry. Glue on camera there. Just going along the right side of that scallop. And just across the top and bottom a little bit there. And then we're going to go across the edge of this folded bit. And then we'll just lay that down there. And Bob's your uncle. Here it is. That's straight. It's pretty straight. I'm not at the best angle to tell, but I think it's pretty good. Okay, we'll call it good. All right. So then that will flip like that. That's pretty. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This one is like a delicate little page, and I thought a tab on there would be nice. I'm just using this long label. And this one is probably Roxy Creations. I'm betting. Okay. And we'll go about wherever the glue will allow me here. How's that? And then I'm just going to glue this little fussy cut flower over that. I thought that would be pretty. So I'm actually filming this little segment on Sunday night. I wasn't able to do any video this week, but I have been doing a little background work in the books, so fear not. Progress is being made, even though you haven't seen it. Here we go. That's pretty. Okay. All right. I added that little tab in there already. On here I'm going to add a little, so it's a big expanse of pink here. So I folded that edge over and I'm just going to glue a little butterfly on there. Thought that'd be cute. And I'll actually tack that corner down too on that. Just a little bit like that. How do you want to go, little butterfly? I think there. I don't really want you hanging over the edge. There we go. Let's see if I have my little antenna pen here. Yep. All right, so we'll just add a little antenna to that butterfly. Okay. And then over here I'm going to put this picture of this little girl dancing. And I just thought a little music tucked under the corner would be cute since she's dancing, so maybe like that. So let's just get a little glue on that. So I hope that everyone's doing well, and if I haven't thanked you recently, I would like to thank you for watching. I would love it if you're enjoying my videos, if you would subscribe. It helps me out, and comments are also really appreciated if you have any. So thank you so much for everything that you do for me. I really appreciate it. Okay. I'll glue on this little lady. So I'm pretty proud of how I managed to, I think I may have already said this, managed to keep the amount of pages down in these so that I'm actually able to put some stuff in without too much trouble. Here's one of those little glassine or tracing paper postcard pockets with those little collaged tags that I made. This is the other half of that little page, and I thought I'd put another tab on there. I haven't gotten very far doing this, but I thought for me it's easier to kind of go through and get the stuff in there. Boy, do I admire the people that just start making a video and they just jump in and they just do it cold like that. That's too stressful for me. I gotta have stuff prepared a little bit. Okay, this is one of those pockets that we did together, and I'm gonna have to make something to put in there, but I thought it'd be really pretty if I put that little bit of lace on there, and I'm just gonna staple that. I don't think I even need to put any glue in there. I'm just using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher stapler. It's a real easy thing to use. Okay. And I was watching Kathleen Maurer, and she has a little series of videos called Fancy Folds, and they're just really cute ways of adding extra papers to your journals that can be put in and taken out. And so I will link that series, that playlist below, but I'm just going to show you how this works. It's cute. I thought I'd put one on this corner. So I just chose this page that's from an old stamp collecting book from like the 40s, and I folded it in half, but not quite all the way, and I just stamped along that edge. Okay, so I'm going to fold it so I have the uneven side down and the fold on the top, and I'm going to fold it, you know, more than a third of the way across here, like that. And then I'm going to fold back over like this. Okay, and then you have like a little pocket here, and you're going to tuck this into there. And that just holds it all together nice and neat. It's just a sweet little thing. And then this right here you can use to tuck onto your page. So I'll turn it over. So I'm just going to slide it right on like that. And I have a little paper clip that I prepared here with some ribbon on it. that I'm just going to put at the top to kind of hold it. There, isn't that cute? And then you can take that off and you can write in it and put it back in or put something else there. All right, one more thing that I'm going to show you. This is the other half of where we put the fabric in and made the top tuck. And here I have cut this off so that it's free. And I'm going to make another type of a little tuck here, but it's going to also have some writing space in it. So what I do here is, this is a piece of I don't know, stationery that I got somewhere. It's just white on the back, but I don't care that much about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it up underneath here. So I'm just going to put a little glue along the top of here. And then a little bit of glue along the bottom of this flap. Okay. And then just line that up so that it's pretty even. And go ahead and glue that down. Okay. So now we have this huge flip up, is basically what this is. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to fold it up. And I'm just doing this cold here. We're just going to fold it up and up and up, so that it goes right up underneath there like that. Okay. Go right up to there. Oh, I don't want to fold over my old fold. It's hard for me to see again where the way I have my camera set up. This is a little tricky, but okay. All right, we'll go ahead and give that a crease. Okay, so this then if you want to write on it, you can just pull it down like this and write, and then you can fold it back up. And I will probably put a little clip right here on the side that to just hold that. And then this also then can be a tuck. So you can slide something up underneath there. Once that is clipped down, it will hold. So, okay, so that's that one. All right. There's one more quick thing. Oh, let me show you this. It's hard to stop, you guys. It's just hard to stop sharing. This is where I stitched the envelope into the middle of the signature. So it went in like a page. You've probably seen this before, but if you haven't, I'll tell you how it works. So when I stitched my signature in, I put this in like I would a page, and I stitched through it with the flap over here and the envelope part here. The first person I ever saw do this was Jessica Rapp from Two Silver Oranges, and I will link her channel down below. I don't know that I will be able to link a video where she actually did this, but this is one of the first things I remember seeing when I started watching junk journal videos, which was in, oh, I forgot to do this, which was in 2020 during the pandemic. And I just thought it was a really, really clever idea. So the envelope is in there, it's stitched in, it's attached, and we're going to glue it closed. So now it's in there. Okay. And now you can either cut the top off, or you can cut this side off, and then you'll have a little pocket. Oop. So I am going to be putting this pretty little card in there, and I think I'm going to do it this way, and then it will stick out a little bit, but I like that. So I'm just going to carefully come in with my scissors and trim just the littlest edge of that off. Good. Okay. And then I'm not going to put a thumb notch in there because this is going to stick out a little bit. So I think it will be easy enough to get things in and out, but that's how that will work. Okay. All right. Now I just wanted to show you before I go what I'm going to be doing with the cover. And I am going to be doing some decoupage, which is not my forte, but I've done this one other time for the other Shabby Chic peony journal that I did. And what I have done here is I took a piece of just white tissue paper, nothing special, and I ironed it onto freezer paper. And then I cut it to the size of 8.5 by 11, and I was able to run it through my printer then and get the print of this peony. I have several of these, and I'm not sure this is the one I'm going to use on this cover, but I just wanted to show you. So I just wanted to show you how this peels off really easily. What I would probably do is trim around it first, and then peel the backing off. And you can leave a little bit of white around the edge, it won't show. And then we're going to use Mod Podge to glue that to the cover and then put another coat over the top. And I printed this and then I sprayed it with a sealant. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, not that one. Of course, it's not where I think it should be. But it's just a matte finish artist sealant. It's like Krylon, you know, that you buy the spray paint. And then I will just be sure that my ink from my inkjet printer won't run when I do that. So that's the plan. Finishing up the inside, finishing up the cover. I will be working on that this week. And then my next video will be the flip through when the book is all done. So thanks again for watching. I sure do appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.